Hey guys, today's makeup look is this soft bronzy eye with nice natural looking skin. I've used cream based products again, and this time I've used just my fingers, no brushes, just to show you how easy it is to create. I recently discovered this matte cream by the Korean skincare brand Erborian. So this gives you an ultra matte finish, it smells sensational, and it leaves a really subtle film on the skin that just blurs out imperfections. So you may or may not have seen that I've been using this in a couple of tutorials recently. This is the Loreal Infaillible Anti-Redness Primer, and I've been using this on a daily basis just to minimise that redness around this area on my face. It's affordable and it does the job. This week I received the Nudestix Tinted Blur, sort of like foundation sticks, but they're super lightweight. They just leave a tint to your skin, and as you can see they come in a stick form that you can swivel up and down. Now this tutorial does feature a lot of Nudestix products, but you know I'm very transparent with you, and if this was sponsored I'd let you know, but it is not. I recently discovered them, and since I've been trying the products I am literally hooked. I absolutely love them. So I've used the medium shade around the outer perimeter of my face, and I'm now taking the light shade through the centre of the face, so underneath the eyes, a little bit down the centre of the nose and the forehead, and a little bit on the centre of the chin. Our faces look very flat when you use one tone, so if you can afford to use two colours then definitely do. These are super creamy, so you can just blend them in with your finger. You really can use as much or as little as you like. The formulation is so lightweight, it's so comfortable to wear, and it sits lovely on the skin. And the more you apply, the more coverage you get. The overall finish is a soft matte glow, and the idea is that you have a really nice natural finish, and you can use a dot and dab technique just to cover any blemishes or any extra areas that need a little bit more coverage. Next I'm going in with Deep 8, and I'm going to use this just to add a little bit of contour to the skin. It is a bit on the warm side, but when you blend it in it's so beautiful. It just adds a bit of a sun-kissed bronzed appearance without that kind of real shimmery finish. And it subtly adds some extra dimension to the skin, so we don't look so flat, but yet we still look very natural but just have a radiant finish. These come in 10 shades from light 1 to 10 deep. I'm going into another Nudestix palette. This one contains some of my favourite eye pencils, and I just thought I'd show you that each of the tins has a mirror on the inside, which is great because you can store it in your bag. The first colour I'm going to be using is Immortal, and this is their Magnetic Luminous eye colour stick. This is a beautiful bronze tone, and I cannot begin to tell you how creamy these are and how simple they are to use. I actually did a one-on-one lesson this morning, and my client Kim was absolutely blown away at how simple these are to use. You can create a smoky eye literally in seconds. You don't even need to use brushes, you simply swipe the pencil onto the skin and then use your finger to tap the colour out. The next shade I'm going in with is Cocoa, and this one is a matte finish, and it's a really intense kind of chocolatey brown shade. You can just see that they're so creamy. You do have some working time with them, so you've got a little bit of time to do some blending with your fingers, but then once that sets in place it's not going to move. So I've used the pencil to create a V shape, and then I'm using my finger to tap that out and pull the colour out ever so slightly. Then with what's left on my fingers I'm patting that through the socket. That way we're getting a nice build up of colour but in a nice gradient. Once you've blended the first layer out you can then reapply to intensify it. Every step is optional, so how much you apply is completely up to you. I've found when you're layering the matte shades it's definitely better to use a patting motion rather than a dragging motion. It also allows you to be more precise as to where that colour's going. So as you can see it's taken us barely a minute and we've already got a nice smoke going on. The next colour I'm taking is called Rustique, and it's a metallic rusty shade. It's so pretty and would look amazing with green eyes. I'm applying this to the inner corners of the eyes. Again, every step's optional. If it's not a colour that you would like in this area you don't have to go with it. Next up I'm taking Copper Foil, and now I just wanted to try this out, so I'm applying it to the eyelid and then I'm going to apply Immortal back over the top of it, so it's got a slightly more golden finish underneath that bronze. As I keep saying, every step's optional. You don't have to do this, you can just use Immortal and it will still be absolutely beautiful. As you can see I'm penciling that over the top, and I don't even have to go back in with my finger to blend it. They are just so simple to work with. I'm taking Immortal underneath the lower lash line and making sure I connect that with the outer corner of the top lid. I'm going to apply a black gel liner by Inglot along the waterline, but you could use brown, you don't have to use black. I sometimes think black along the waterline is a nice way to make the bronze look more bronzy on the lids. Then I'm going back to my magnetic eye colours, and I'm taking the shade Night, which is a beautiful black. This is the most glossy black. If you want to see it in action in a real proper smoky eye, check out my Google Picks My Makeup Challenge tutorial. Today I'm just using it to accentuate the eyelash line on the top, so I'm running that really close to the root of the eyelashes and smudging that in with my finger, and I'm doing the same on the lower lash line. Sitting back and looking at the makeup, I decided I wanted to make it a little bit more intense, so I'm going back in with cocoa and applying this to the outer third of the mobile lid and then using my finger to tap that in. Don't forget, once your eyebrows are penciled in and you've done the rest of your makeup, your eyeshadow can often afford to be a little bit darker. Now I'm taking this sheer colour pencil in the shade Stardust underneath the arch of the eyebrow. For those of you that love an ashy eyebrow pencil, check out the Nudestix one. This is in ash brown and it also has a brow gel at the other end. I have a full brow grooming tutorial. If you haven't already seen it, go check it out. For mascara, I'm trying out the new Lashtopia mineral based mascara by Bare Minerals. It's quite nice, but I'm at the early stages of using it. I like to see what a mascara is like a week in when there's a little bit of air in there and the formulation is a bit thicker. Then I can see how long it's going to last and really how well it wears. Off camera I'm applying M109 lashes by Eldora, and I have an eyelash application tutorial if you haven't already seen it. Next I'm going to use the Nudestix All Over Face Glow in the shade Hey Honey. And I'm just going to apply this to the tops of my cheekbones, just add a really subtle glow, and I'm just going to tap that in with my finger. So far this is my collection of the Nudestix lip and cheek sticks. I'm 100% going to collect them all. They have a little rim of colour on them so you can see which shade's going to work best. I like the second one I held up, that one's called Pixie and it's a really nice nude, but I decided to go with Belle because it's a little bit more punchy. These have also been designed to be used on your cheeks as well as your lips, so you will always be able to match your blush to your lipstick. So that's as simple as it gets. I didn't use any brushes apart from applying my eyeliner, and it really takes no time at all. It's minimal effort, and although there are tons of different cream eyeshadow options out there, I've just found with Nudestix that they're super creamy and they just blend into each other like a dream. Just let me reiterate that this is not a sponsored tutorial. I just think the brand's worth sharing. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave me a comment. I read all of them and I always do my best to reply to you all, and I will see you next week.